For this list, I'm not including places that make bank off of being supposedly haunted or have artist installations. I made this list being very picky about what I wanted, like including weird vibes, strange architecture, or strange history of the place. Or creepiness that will soon happen if humanity doesn't change. And personally, I don't believe in ghosts or paranormal beings, so I won't be including any places that have supposed paranormal sightings, or monster sightings for that matter. The Stanley Hotel is the place that the movie The Shining was inspired by. And just looking at it, you can tell that there are some creepy vibes going down in that place. And by looking at the movie, you can see the strong center of the color red and how it affects all the characters and the story. And just by looking at the Stanley Hotel, you can probably decipher that there's a lot of red that happens there, and I think that is super creepy. The Shanghai Tunnels was a place that was used to coin the phrase Shanghaiing, meaning to force someone to join a ship lacking a full crew by drugging them or using other underhanded means. This place, which runs under the city of Portland, Oregon, was once used to kidnap men and force them to do physical labor. The entrance to these places were often in bars and saloons where people who owned the bars could easily throw drunken or unconscious men down into the pits of the Shanghai Tunnels. The Museum of Death is home to the world's largest collection of serial killer art. The museum displays torture devices, decapitated heads, and crime photos. The grave of the female stranger is said to be home to a mysterious woman who arrived in the town, being completely anonymous from the day she arrived to the day that she died. She wore a black veil that covered her entire body and face. And when she became very sick, the doctors and nurses who worked on her agreed to let her remain anonymous and were sworn to never reveal her identity. Her own husband even dug her grave so that nobody could see her real identity. The Ion Cooling Tower in Belgium looks like a black hole of doom with green slime oozing into it. This place looks like the supervillain Poison Ivy has taken up residence there to conduct her evil deeds. Some of these man-cell sea forts look like they are about to fall over. These were made to protect Great Britain from German air or naval raids in World War II. After the project was decommissioned in the 1950s, some strange people decided to take up residence there, some forming what would be, if it was a recognized nation, the smallest nation in the world. The house of the Bulgarian Communist Party looks as though an alien craft is above you and is about to take you as their little experimental science project. The only thing I couldn't find on this destination is why "Forget Your Past" is written in English on the front door of this establishment. It was in use from 1981 until 1991 and has since been abandoned after the fall of the Soviet Union. I think it's kind of strange how we think that the Soviet Union happened so long ago, when really it wasn't that long ago. Like, there's a YouTuber called Crazy Russian Hacker. Some of you guys might know who he is. He talks in one of his videos about how he was actually born in the Soviet Union and how he's not actually Russian. He doesn't really know what he is because the Soviet Union fell like a year after he was born. I think that really puts it into perspective of how, like, not so long ago, the Soviet Union was still alive and well. The Plastic Islands is in the middle of the ocean and is basically just a floating island of plastic and trash. And it made this list to be one of the creepiest or weirdest places because it's a view into what our future as a human race is going to look like if we don't stop throwing our trash into the ocean or littering into the ocean. And plastic wasn't even invented until 1907. And 100 years later, like, this is how the ocean is now. This is how much trash and plastic waste there is everywhere. Think of how it's going to be in another 100 years, or 300 years. Like, this is what our world is going to look like, and we might not be around to see it, but our children's children will be around to see it. And 100 million tons of fish are used for human consumption every year. What's going to happen to all of those fish that feed all of the people on Earth when the fish eat the plastic and die, or when the fish eat the plastic and we catch them and then we eat the fish and we die because the fish ate the plastic? The City of the Dead in Russia looks to me like a child was making sandcastles and just like put stones for all the windows and doors, and they're just really not symmetrical, so it looks really strange to me. It feels like the city is watching me, is watching my every move. And it's actually not even a village. It's a place where the village housed their dead. So it's even worse. It's like the dead people are watching me, are watching you. And Kampung Monyet is a place that I simply do not understand, where people in this village will train monkeys to wear doll masks and children's clothes so that they can dance and beg for money in the streets. And also, they can make them fight to the death. Of all the things you can make a monkey dress as, why do you pick a doll and a child? That's like the two creepiest things. But I get it. It's like a different country. There's different cultures. That might be cute to them. But to me, it is very, very strange. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you stick around and decide to subscribe and or ring that bell.